This is Deepika with you once again. So let us continue with where we left off yesterday. We were talking about nature and its role and the role it plays in our life. So when you are in awe of nature, hopefully as a consistent healing practice, you will always be protected by a sense of infinite connection to something which is higher than you. Our material gains in that case then seem insignificant in comparison to what we get. And in the solitary pursuit of material gains, we can lose focus about what we really have come to do here in human form, which is clearly to know ourselves as understood in spiritual terms. Now, in the outdoors, when we disengage from our usual earthbound motivators and regulators, without which we feel denied of an identity, we appreciate a slowing down into stillness. And now this is a virtue existing inside us. I'm talking about stillness. But in times of stress, we require the harmonious aspect of the outdoors to reflect back to us what is lost within. And nature brings us to pay attention in a very soft kind of inquiring way, not to seek extreme outcomes. It's here that the parasympathetics really kick into gear, and the brain utilizes even mild distraction like a butterfly or a buzzing bee to capture and retain our softly focused attention. So the obvious benefit is the lack of need to grasp at anything at all in order to keep abreast of others, and therefore there is no sense of competition, there is no sense of judgment, just a sense that everything is as it should be. Similarly, in a therapeutic setting, similar to what nature does for us, we offer the client an opening into the first three stages of Kaplan's theory: a clearer head or concentration, mental fatigue recovery, soft fascination or interest, laying together the groundwork for the last stage, where a deepening reflection leads to better understanding of their lives. Now this is the place where profound soul work happens. Likewise, after spending a few hours in nature, we feel a compelling urge to look deeper inwards at more significant aspects of our life, to reflect on the reality of nature and our intimate role in it. We are not merely bystanders, but creators, and thus full restoration of spirit happens and we are thrust into a new, more creative aspect of living, because now our attention is restored. Partly green color with its low frequency is suggested to be a life changer by people that work with color vibration theory. Many would argue that their invigorating work does for them what walks in the park do for less ambitious individuals. Perhaps, yes. In the beginning, when age is on your side and your body is functioning optimally, but the effects of natural age-related wear and tear and also denying yourself the benefits of nature over time come much later, when it can be too late for full recovery. So when you have the resources, make time to get away. The happiest and healthiest people at work are those that get away not just when they're forced to because of illness, but to do so with regularity. Mental and physical distancing from your everyday concerns is important to find that sweet spot of relaxation, and that is a daily obligation to our health, not just when we are on vacation. How many of us, apart from true meditators, can say with honesty that we can choose to be psychologically detached when we wish, and therefore put reins on what drains us in our immediate environment? If you can achieve this kind of psychological emotional maturity, then all you have to do is be where you are in terms of physical place and simply disconnect, pull out all the wires. Now when I say true meditation, I don't mean meditation as a hack to get by in life, but as a living proof of having implemented the fruits of your meditation. I personally look for opportunities outside of my city life to devolve all efforts at role playing because I get valuable perspective on my life from afar. I actually believe in tree spirits and ideas like natural healing that comes from leading an organic lifestyle. In fact, I seek out such interactions that don't qualify me as so and so, because nature doesn't care for that sort of a thing. It has a way with diffusing your stress levels with no effort. And if you can lean into that, then you can be carried away on a current of rejuvenation. It's all very understimulating at an effort level, but so inspiring at an inner level. Now, being in nature and in the presence of your idol are equally awe-inspiring. But while the latter gives you a high and challenges you to reach for their heights, the former, which is nature, makes you more reflective and decisive about the heights that are unique to your needs. So we can understand Kaplan's views on the kind of environment we seek to restore us. That we have to make a choice about its quality. Is it reflection you need or stimulation? Both are equally fascinating, but for entirely different reasons. So when we want our souls to be restored, do we need a gripping attachment, an engagement with what holds our attention, like a fascinating movie or a book or a conversation or even the internet? Or do we want to be lightly enthralled without the desire to be unduly aroused, so that our restoration is equally light and effortless? Is any of the above relevant to your life? It must be, otherwise why else do you pay so much attention to where you're going for your vacation? Because underlying our choice of place is a deep-rooted desire to be allowed an ambience in which to let go, release our affectations, adopt a simple, routine-free approach to achieving our vacation goals. Of what help would it be if we replaced our city environment with yet another similar, bustling, overly rousing type of place? Immersive yoga and meditation retreats are held in green locations, far removed from overpowering, concretized city jungles, for the same reason, to reduce the chances of flight or fight responses to an absolute minimum. So yes, a restorative environment has to offer us that quality of safety and security that comes from its familiarity and its comforting presence. It's no wonder that some people love the beaches and others the mountains and gravitate towards that experience that gave them the most level of comfort in the past. And they love to repeat that experience again and again. I personally love the mountains and I could never tire of them. I could even sit here, far away from the mountains, and deliberately invoke a memory that brings to life a certain smell of incense that, say, mountain folk use in the Himalayas, or the fragrance of crisp, fresh air, and feel decidedly happier. And all because my brain has come to regard these mountains as familiar and dependable for a certain amount of restoration that I visit them usually for. So personal choice of environment makes all the difference. Now the fear of survival we all uniformly share pushes us to seek safety above everything else. Even in relationships, when you dig more, you find the cause of your love to be the enduring sense of safety you receive from another fellow human. And we feel safe when we share compatibility in thoughts, in emotions, preferences, choice of career maybe, our interests, and in most everything else that we do. And a lack of safety creates a threatening situation, making us want to run. So nature is non-threatening. At a subconscious level, we do relate to archetypes from nature because we don't doubt our unity with nature. And if you have a favorite park that you like going to, chances are that you feel a certain level of comfort with the stimuli you receive out there, and they don't trigger negative emotional responses in you. Maybe it's the people you walk with, or maybe the vibrations that you tune into. Understandably, losing such a familiar place, like what happened during the lockdown periods, was devastating, and as soon as we could, we went right back to our familiar non-triggering hangouts. For the same reason, we don't prefer alternatives or exploring whole new dynamics. In fact, as children, we were always told to keep away from strangers. We probably internalized that to include anything which is different. So out of our comfort zone, we spend a whole amount of time learning to adjust our vibration just to the new distractions, leaving us very little time to spare in the pursuit of relaxation. So on vacation, we need a few days to match our temperature to the local barometer. And you know this word congruency? It's a great word. It encapsulates everything we just spoke about. It also plays an essential role in our wanting to go back again and again to repeat a pleasurable experience. How far and decisively science backs the ongoing research on nature's destiny to restore humans to their original state of balance and harmonious living, that is something for you to explore further if you need proof that your mysterious kinship with nature has much to do with your spiritual search for finding oneness with all life, animate and inanimate. I encourage my clients in therapy to explore the idea of reconnecting with nature if they have lost this connection, or to strengthen an existing one that they are neglecting. Now, this reconnection will reconnect them back to themselves actually. And to them, the brisk walkers and the joggers, I say that while I agree that endorphins are great mood enhancers, if you want more reliable and longer lasting relief to any PTSD you suffer from, how about making extra effort to merely sit in nature and do nothing besides breathing? When the stress of living gets too much, nature is not the go-to solution for most individuals that drown their emotional disturbances in alcohol and similar diversions. But you breathe at all times, don't you? You don't replace breathing with another activity, do you? Being with nature is as simple and as necessary as breathing. So thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope you got something out of this. We will continue in the same vein tomorrow, and I hope to see you then. Thank you. Goodbye.
Help Talks are daily health-related talks held at Health Education Library for People, Mumbai, India. For more information visit www.healthlibrary.com. Subscribe to Help Talks channel. Be better informed about your health.